Good evening, everybody. We are back. Ratchet Clank going Commando. Last time we weren't on the red with the streaming speed. Can you fix yourself back up to red? That would be most appreciated. This time we're not dropping frames already. Okay, I was saying, why is it red? Now it's back to okay. Maybe okay, I don't know, but whatever. Okay, it's back to green. Anyway, so yeah, between the last stream where we finished Planet Jova and this stream, I've done some grinding. Primarily, I've got my ship almost completely upgraded, as you can see here in the options. What is it? Oh, okay, so yeah, I've got pretty much every single upgrade that there is to get in here. Except this thing, this fast lock missile launcher, which we will get right now. And now we got a skill point for that. So now our ship is fully upgraded, and yeah, we're literally just here, and we already got some more stuff. So we actually have enough to afford a skin. I mean, we might as well. I'm not gonna use these things for anything else, so. That looks kind of cool. That looks interesting, but I would kind of like to go with color. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's go with that. Okay, there. Also, internet, please, seriously, fix yourself. What the fuck? Why is it still red? Like the internet, not the ship. The ship is no longer red, but the internet, connection symbol on OBS. It's freaking out. Damn, okay. So anyways, that's what we did, but that's one of the main things I did, but I also went back to somewhere. But I mostly grinded right here. You just go to the first mission, and let's just spend the first couple of minutes of the stream catching you guys up on what I did before we get to the meat of what's gonna happen tonight. Which I mean, it's not too much, but I do expect this game to be over in the next 3 streams, including this one. Anyways, the best way to grind was to just do this mission, the very first challenge in this place, and get the mines. As soon as you can get the mines, just do it and then just throw them. The mines will eat enemies for. I mean, okay, if they stop crashing into them, yeah, sure. See how those numbers are going down? Mines are amazing at just destroying every goddamn enemy in the area. And as you know, they drop Raritanium. See, we're already up to 6 Raritanium, even though we were at 1 as soon as we came into this mission. And of course, you can also spend your time going out of your way to destroy all of these ice blocks and the asteroids that can actually be destroyed. So you know, just do a combination of these things and you'll be just fine. I think I got okay, and on top of that I also went back to well, okay, I'll go into that one later. That's the easiest way to grind for Raritanium in this game, as far as I know. Might be an easier way, might be a better way, I don't know of it though. Someone behind me. You're like, nah. Okay. That's what Raritanium looks like, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay. Most of them just gone. Okay. Hey, we're up to 6. Okay, this is why is my internet so bad today? Am I gonna just I haven't dropped any frames, but it keeps jumping between being super fast, giving me several thousands kilobits per second, and then going down to under 1,000. I don't know why it's doing that, but okay, whatever. So that's how you grind for this, and then I also went back over here. I got all the crystals. It resulted in 90,000 bolts, and of course I also got the all the Raritanium that you could find with the excavation ship. And the last thing I did was go back to Planet Joba and get all the finish the last 2 races while also getting that skill point that I needed to get for like defeating everyone with the with just a wrench. So that's what I did, and we'll be back on this planet later. So I'll give you guys the strategy, the easy way to do it that I actually just found out when I got it, or at least the logic behind it. I understood it also. Okay, now I'm like officially on the 800 back to. Okay, now it says what is going on with my streaming speed. Now it's down to just 0. Right? Okay, now it's back up. Now it's up to 11,000, 12,000. Like, I'm sorry, this what's going on screen is less interesting than what's going on with my, like, speed. My internet speed with the stream right now. This is insane. I'm gonna need that thing to stabilize itself real soon, or we're gonna have problems. Okay. Anyways. I think that's all the noteworthy things that I did between the last stream and this stream, so now I can just get on with the main thing. Medical Armory, the over planet Sotanos. Let's go to that. I'm scared. What the hell's going on? Seriously. I'm paying very close attention to the stream, see if it starts dropping frames for some reason. Okay, I mean, it looks fine. I just don't trust what OBS is doing right now. Okay, anyways. So I already got a boss with like people on them. You can't kill them, don't. You actually get a skill point for like not doing that. Oh yeah, this was a complete fuck up over in the in this HD remaster. That Mr. Fizzwitch, that robot is supposed to like do a whole speech on each of the these rockets, and for some reason it just doesn't. So now you're here. Also, I did some trying to upgrade some weapons. That's the other thing I did. I knew I had done something else. I just didn't remember what it was. Also, these are some tough squirrels. Jeez. Okay. Well, anyways. We'll have to deal with some other stuff with them later. That's okay for now. For now, we'll just have the Synthnoids, which I actually bought them between the last stream and this stream. So I guess you're seeing them in action now. Down to 0 kilobytes. Are we about to drop all the frames? Okay, no, we're not. I do not understand. Like, was this a bad day to stream? Did I make a bad choice today? I make bad choices a lot of times. But okay, maybe we're fine. It's freaking out. It's like on the red and it gave me very low speeds. But I haven't actually dropped any frames. So I don't know what's happening. Okay, these guys are off now. I hope to be able to upgrade them soon enough. As you may imagine, I got a pretty good amount of experience from the what's the name of it? The desert planet. I don't actually remember what it was called. Also, the reason I'm actually trying to destroy all these rockets is because you do get a skill point for doing that. So, you know, once we destroy all of them, we'll get. There's like 3 skill points you can get on this planet, and they're fairly straightforward to get actually. But you know, okay. After we destroy this rocket, we'll get a skill point. All right. Is that boss just gonna stay there? Okay, well there, we got a skill point for destroying all the rockets. We just keep unlocking stuff, man. So much stuff to unlock. Alright. Now, what the heck's happening here? Okay, so those guys are over there. Did any of them die yet? Yeah, because we get a skill point if none of these people die on the way out of here. Let's see, are we just randomly gonna get a skill point now? Yes. Okay. So so here's the thing. Okay. This H3 remaster definitely destroyed a lot of things. But anyways, before we do that, let's just go in here. What's supposed to happen is that in the transition between those robots going from one rocket to the other, some of those squirrels are supposed to spawn. Like, literally just drop from the trees. Like, even if you've killed all of the ones that have already appeared, some extra ones are supposed to appear. Like, just dropping from the trees. There was like a trick to make them not do that back on the PS2. But in here, you don't even need to do that anymore because they just don't work. So, as long as you take care of all the squirrels, you will literally just randomly get a skill point once you're done here. That's convenient. Am I actually close enough to the microphone? Let me see. Let's get this thing a little closer. Okay. Well, that's cool. So we already got 2 skill points and a platinum bolt while I was just trying to explain the situation and hoping that okay, well, we're back to... Look, game, I can't focus on you and making sure that you're actually being streamed properly at the same time. This thing needs to fix itself. And again, it's not actually broken, it's just... I'm streaming at really slow speeds right now. I mean, thankfully this isn't something that requires a lot of internet power, but at the same time, you know... Weird. Problem. Hey, Comcast, can you fix your shit? Comcast, that would be most appreciated. Most appreciated, for sure. Okay. Anyways, also this freaking earthquake, what, I don't even remember what the name of this ability is, but it's super cool. Oh, yeah, that rocket just fell down there and exploded. That's pretty convenient. Anyways, what do we have over here? Oh, we got this freaking thing. It's actually pretty powerful. Can I take? Okay, it's actually pretty powerful, but it's kind of weird. I don't like it too much. And the plasma core, again, really powerful, but it's kind of weird. I don't like it too much. This freaking bouncer, that thing is amazing. And so is the main rocket. I might actually have to buy this here, but I might focus first on upgrading what we currently have. And I guess, spoiler alert, we're actually going to be getting a brand new weapon for free in this level, and it's a really good weapon that we're gonna be using a lot as we progress here. So I think I've got enough weapons to upgrade for the time being, so I'm not gonna focus on trying to get them too much in here. Okay. Just keep using this, guys. I mean, I have little reason to use anyone else. The freaking spider glove, this one, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty cool. I'll actually get to show it off. Oh well, we'll need to go back to a level here once I'm done with this. But it's pretty powerful if you actually get smashed to hit someone. But it's technically not even supposed to be used for combat. But you know, that's neither here nor there. We're just going to proceed. I'm still live. I haven't dropped any frames, it's just my internet is bad right now. I don't know what's happening. Again, okay, well, here's a sheep. It's important. You can kill them, but you know, it's important to keep in mind that they're sheep in here.
When using the tractor beam, try strafing to better position objects.
I have not used the tractor beam in so long that the game is like, okay, so here's how you use this thing that we gave you like a long ass time ago. You do the thing and the thing happens. Okay. Anyways. We need to grab that guy, but before we do that, I want to do something here. Aren't you supposed to like instantly... Wait, hold on. No, you don't insta die. Okay. Maybe I'm remembering something wrong, but again, back in the PS2, I think you insta die from touching those things. Well, that doesn't happen anymore, that was bullshit. But I just take some minor damage. Okay. Anyways, we're not done with these things though. Come on, yet. Drop this right here, and then drop this one right next to it. And we have a platform that we can use to get up here. Which you wouldn't have known about that if I hadn't told you. But you know, now you know. Okay, so that guy. We're gonna go ahead and use the thing here. Yeah, you drop a little spider, he goes around and explodes. Does a lot of damage actually. That does a whole lot of damage. Oh, he's dead. Oh well, you see a little timer down there? That's how much time we have left. Anyways, we just explode him too. Well, at least those guys are getting a pretty good amount of experience from killing those things. Anyways, there's actually an optional route, of course. Here's an NPC for it.
Captain Quark, completing quality control on Super Electro Gadget. Hammer of power detecting no defects. Ratchet Clank. I knew this day would come. Draw your last enemy mine, for I smite you in the name of Captain Quark.
Well, while this guy has a freak out, I'm gonna check if the chat is working.
Sweet death. At last we meet. Nobly, I fall on the field of battle. Finish me, Lombax!
Come on, Clank. Let's get going.
Wait! You shamed the greatest superhero who ever lived. You owe me something.
What do you want from us, sir?
Ooh! How about some cool Quark stuff from your galaxy? Trade you for this armor magnetizer.
I believe that device is designed to attract bolts.
Okay, I think my chat is working. We just have no one watching right now. Anyway, so yeah, we need a Captain Quark collectible, and he will trade us for his bolt grabber, and it would definitely need that one. Also, this platinum bolt for some reason has no animation. I think that's the same in PS2 as well. Look, it's a great game. This game is great. Don't get me wrong. It's just, yeah, I just saw that pop, but it has some technical issues that I really shouldn't have. But whatever. That's just how it is sometimes. You remember this chicken enemies? Now they're just like red, more powerful, I suppose. Anyways, that was kind of waste, but you know what? It's okay. I really need to talk again. What that spider upgrades? It is the most powerful fucking thing you will ever see in your life. Promise you. But until then, it is kind of a weak weapon, and almost supposed to be more of a gadget than anything. But well, you know, that's neither here nor there. It is what it is right now, so we will use it as such. Okay, that's right. This place has those kinds of enemies. I really don't like those guys, but let me see if I can get real creative here and sneak up behind all these spiders. Wait for these two to come into like proximity to each other. There we go. Okay. You can also grab bolts with them. I'm not sure if this guy's actually gonna start shooting, or if they're just gonna chill out over there. I think they're just gonna chill out over there. Oh, hold on, they're not done yet. Well, I think we're missing out on some bolts from not being close enough, but we'll be okay. We got plenty of bolts as is. Okay, now they're done spawning. I'm gonna try to use the spider for the bigger enemies. Okay, hey internet, can you like not? Be most appreciated if you would stop. Anyways, we actually need to save one spider because we're about to do a thing. Anyway, so this guy is over here, of course, but we got these conveyor belts here. Might as well use them since we have the chains. Okay. Alright, so. There's platinum ball over there. Can't get to it because there's a barrier on the way. That's okay, because we have the spider. Or one spider specifically. And we're gonna use him. There we go. So we just send him to this docked place. And then activate the switch. And now the barrier is not here anymore. So, well, I need to replenish on my spider glove ammo, but other than that, just come in here and get a bolt. And that one doesn't have an animation either. What's going on, game? Game, what's going on? You okay? You wanna have a talk? You wanna tell me about your problems? Cause we can. Alright, whatever. Let's just get this tractor thing, whatever the name of it is, over yonder. And then you. Come here. I need your feet. I don't need your entire body, I just need your feet. I'm not gonna just like dismember you for them, but I could. If this were like a mature rated game, probably. I don't think we'll ever get a mature rated Ratchet Clank. Though the Ratchet Clank games have actually been getting less violent over the years. Yeah, the new Ratchet Clank games are more kid friendly than these older ones. They're not bad, they're still good games. Just I kind of like the aesthetics of these older games better. Pretty sure I mentioned that before. Don't care. It's still a valid point that I want to bring up. Okay. Don't touch this freaking red beams though. Those do a lot of damage. I know we're missing out on screens which will explode and shit. That trust me, it's not worth it. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna keep raiding these people until the Synthenoids take care of them. Okay. There we go. Trust me, the freaking thing would be mighty handy to have right now. What is the thing? The bolt grabber. Oh, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to bring this one over here. So I can bring the small one. Put it right there. There's some... Yes, there are some boxes there back here. Good thing I checked. It's been a minute since I played... Well, okay, it's not really been that... Okay, it's not been that long since I played Ratchet Clank 1 and 2. You know, Ratchet Clank 1 we played last year, and before that I played it like within the last year of that stream. And same for this game. I played it pretty much right after I got the collection, which was again about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So this collection is pretty fresh in my mind, but I have not played Up Your Arsenal in this collection. Which means that the last time I played Ratchet Clank Up Your Arsenal was back in the PS2. That was a long ass time ago. Like, I could have easily forgotten all the details about this game. Okay, now let's see if we can get some experience for the Synthenoids. I mean, that works too. Alright. There we go. That's probably the last we can do with... Okay, hold on. Alright, don't get stuck on the door, Ratchet, jeez. Now I can bring this guy out and help out. There we go. And more? Oh, well, never mind. I'll just go back out there and replenish them. No drop frames yet. My internet's still in the red, but we're okay. Never mind, we're not okay. Holy shit. Hold on. Okay. Is there another one in there? Yep. Well, we'll just get him experience. This is the fine strategy. Okay. Anyone else want to come out to that door? No? Okay, good. Hey, you. The Sheepinator. Well, I think we weren't supposed to see that title until the animation ended, but there we go. The Shipinator. This, you remember the guy? You guys remember the morpho ray from the first game, the one that turned people into chickens? Well, this one turns them into sheep. Pretty self-explanatory. That's why it's called the Shipinator. And it is probably the best weapon in the game against dealing with small critters, with like just small enemies that don't actually that aren't much of a threat. That's the one you want to take with them. So you know, keep that in mind. Keep it updated. Keep it good. Do all the nice things with it. All right, so that's the third weapon we just got. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my quick select and replace that with the Shipinator. And once it upgrades, oh my god, this thing upgraded is just a death machine. Holy shit. Okay. Well, that's not upgraded yet, so I'll just wait until we can show you what's going on with that. There we go. Again, I don't actually know the solutions to this. The solution is just go ham, just absolute ham on that thing. And until it ends. Okay. Well, as long as we're behind cover, this guy can't harm us. So we just send the spiders behind him. Because if we get damaged while controlling the spider, we'll actually like the spider will just explode, and it won't actually do any damage. It'll just explode. But you know. Okay, so this guy's actually, it actually isn't an instant transformation. It takes some time to transform. It's just that those enemies that they spawn right on you, as soon as you get the weapon, are just there for you to test it out. But all enemies do take some amount of time to transform, and how long it takes depends on how powerful the enemy is. Okay. Well, the thing we just activated the thing. Also, those things do have infinite range, so you be careful with that. Make sure you don't like accidentally run into any of the bullets or something. That'd be bad. Well, this guy's just gonna hang out over here, so I can do some damage. It takes 4 hits to kill them, so you know. Also, no, they do not normally stop shooting. It's just this guy stopped shooting because we're way too far away from him. His pathfinding is still telling us exactly where we are, but you know, that's besides the point. Okay. Go ahead and grab this bolt while we're here. Still on the red on the internet. That's real scary. I don't know why that's happening, but okay. Also, these mines are insta-kill for those guys. To us, it doesn't insta-kill us, but it does do a lot of damage. So, you know, be careful with them. Also, I don't think there's any other area in the game that actually has mines like that. I don't know why they just chose this specific place. Should have like the electric mines on them. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, that spider glove has definitely gotten some upgrades. I mean, like, experience. That's good. Again, it is incredible. A lot of weapons are really good once we fully upgrade it. Not all weapons, however. Some weapons, kind of one weapon in particular, kind of shit once you upgrade it. We'll find out about it soon enough. But for now, let me bring the spider glove in here. And see if we can. Okay, I'm gonna need that guy to just keep moving. Oh, he's not moving. Well, if we're only gonna do this one guy at a time, it's not really worth it. So I will just dance around him until we're done. Okay. There we go. Is that the last of them? That's the last of them. Alright. You do not actually get more ammo for the Centenoids. You have to go buy them at the thing. What's the thing called? You know, the Megacorp ammo facility. Just the ammo shop. You cannot get ammo for the Centenoids. That's what I'm trying to say. Why am I? Okay, just wait here. Nope. Okay, not. Hey. We just keep trying this until we eventually get it. Not that way. Hey. No, not. Okay, hold on. Hey, this actually is kind. This one's completely optional. You can see how many nodes we need to connect over on the right, but hey, it's a little complicated. Okay, I'm trying to remember the path here. Actually, you do not have a lot of time to think about this. Just kinda have to move the controller until we get somewhere. I keep messing that one up. Where the heck? Okay, is that not the way we're supposed to go? There we go. Okay, that took a long time. But here's an elevator. Go up it. Hopefully not lose our frame. Okay, we still haven't dropped any frames, but my internet is dying. Anyway, here's the nanotech. It's pretty useful stuff. Let me just double check my chat again. Okay. And I realized that an ad was playing while I was checking my chat the last time, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. Twitch, what's going on here? Anything? Anybody? Nobody. Okay. That's fine. I just need to make sure that my chat is working. Okay, and my internet. You know what, let me drink some water here while I'm at it. I try to mute myself when I drink water because it's too loud anyways. I have 2 pieces of Pokemon news for you today. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you for letting me know that the chat does in fact work. That's mighty convenient. Anyways, we got some Pokemon's news. I assume one of them will definitely be related to Pokemon Go. You know, that just came out today. And probably something else. I don't know. Hit me up, bruh. Okay. I would already have some Centenoids on this. Okay. This is just when trying to upgrade these people, it's really just a matter of dodging. This is not the optimal way to use the Centenoids. You're supposed to use them alongside your other weapons. They're a defense weapon, not an offensive. They're an offensive weapon. No, they're a defensive weapon. Yeah, they're not an offensive weapon. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. But you know, they work just fine for this. Okay. Yes, there's still more of them coming. Jesus Christ. Okay. There we go, now they're upgraded. Now they're the Killonoids. They shoot faster, they last longer, and they've got missiles. So I guess we'll get to enjoy them for a little bit. Alright, so, first Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which Video Game Donkey gave a 10 out of 10, does not have a demo. Second Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which Video Game Donkey gave a 0 out of 10, does have a demo. That sucks! I wanna get Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, but okay, whatever. Let's be real here, mechanically it'll be pretty similar, it's just Let's Go Pokemon. Pokemon Let's Go Pick Eevee will have Eevee, which is I just like Eevee better. I know Pikachu is the mascot, and I know Pikachu is voiced by Ryan Reynolds. I know that's a big plus. But you know, wait, I mistyped that. My bad. Neither version has a demo. Never mind. That sucks. Until if I don't really actually get to try the games out before I buy them, I'll definitely be a bit more cautious about my purchase of them if I do one. Is there a guy over there? I think there's a guy over there behind this door. Maybe like at Walmart or like at not Walmart, they Best Buy demo might come out. Maybe if that happens, I'll try that. But otherwise, I'm not interested in getting the games if I don't know what. I'm so on edge with those games that I really just want to try them out before making a decision. Okay, so that guy is just gonna be chilling over there, so I'm gonna throw some spiders his way. Boom. Okay, give me those bolts. Anyways, some say that the reason for this is because Pokemon Go itself is the demo or something. If that's the reason, that's really stupid. If they could, if the Nintendo company themselves considered Pokemon Go as a demo for Pokemon Let's Go, then that's bad. Let's hope that's not the reasoning. It's just people speculating. Anyways, we have a cutscene here. Let's see what's going
Angela
on.
Cross, calling Ratchet on secure band 7 Echo Foxtrot.
Ratchet here. Angela? Is that your name?
Yeah, we never actually got her
Telling
name.
you something quite different.
Oh, was he now? Anyway, I'm just calling to warn you that Thugs for Less have taken over my flying lab.
But
So how are you
thugs not
communicating?
working for you?
Not anymore. Apparently, someone's made them a better offer. I tell you, between the Thugs and the Protopet, this whole galaxy's heading for—
Wait, say again? Protopet?
Oh, yeah, it's what they're calling the experiment now. Here, watch this.
Well, I guess it's because it's a prototype.
Why?
Oh, this is the best cutscene in the game, but I'm gonna shut up
Is
for
he
this one.
cold, hungry, or maybe just
Oh no! No, take it away!
lonely? Introducing the Megacore Protopet. Your child will shriek with joy when he meets our adorable friend. Wanna play ball? So does the Protopet. Need a partner for tag? Go find the Protopet. Up for some cops and robbers?
Help! Police!
So is you-know-who. Just ask Billy. The Megacore Protopet. Stop by Planet Bolden and get yours free from Abercrombie Fizzwidget himself.
You mean that thing is going to be a pet?
That is the best cutscene in the game. I don't care what anyone
A
says.
killer. That is simply unconscionable.
Which is exactly what I've been trying to tell you. There will be disastrous consequences for the entire galaxy if that monster is distributed.
We must get through to Mr. Fizzwidget.
If you still think he'll listen, you
probably
should try
won't.
to catch him on the planet Bolden. I'll upload the coordinates.
This could be our last chance.
Okay, don't be fooled by that. This is not the final. The next level is not the final level. It's an important level, but we still got a couple levels to go. We're about halfway through the game. A little bit over halfway maybe, but more or less just in the halfway point. This is like one of those fake advertisements on Reddit Stimpy. You know, that's a pretty good comparison there. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Well, actually, we still have a skill point to grab in here. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and grab that skill point while I have the chance. So let's just go ahead and grab the Shipnator and kill ourselves. Since when were you able to smash your wrench into the ground to destroy stuff all around you? You probably missed it, but in the previous stream, we defeated an optional boss that just causes an earthquake, and the earthquake makes everyone makes all the destroyable objects in the area, minus some really big objects, just destroy, and it just destroys them. So you can go grab them. Combine that with the bolt grabber that we can get in this level to make bolt grabbing range much larger, and yep, that is the ultimate combination. Yeah, that's one heck of an upgrade for someone like you. Yeah, but I love collecting everything. This game very much pleases my need to collect small items. Like if we had something like this in Mario, or you know, any other game like that, I feel like this should be necessary. Because this is one of the platformers I grew up with, so I just assumed this would be standard for other platformers, and then was very disappointed when most other games don't let you do anything like this. Like, yeah, some games give you the ability to get more what's the name of it? You know, to increase your grabbing range, but none of them let you just destroy all the destroyables. Also, apparently the squirrels did not respawn, so never mind. We'll come back here later and grab the skill point from them. For now, we'll just leave. It'd be great if Super Mario Galaxy had a star bit magnet power up. Instead, you have to touch them with Mario, or hover over them with the Wiimote. Yeah, it's weird. Which has always been a chore for me. Yeah, I remember playing Super Mario Galaxy a little bit and just not liking that. Anyways, let's go back over here real quick. I need to grab something from this area. Now that we have the spider glove, we can go back to that one place that I was telling you guys about. And get that platinum ball, which is the last thing we're missing here. And we also need to buy a weapon. Particular weapon that I usually would have bought earlier than this. But, you know, it's, it is a thing that I kind of wanted to show off on stream rather than just upgrading it on my own time. Also, does this have... No, it's still is just that. But, so let's just go right in here. And... yeah, the lava gun. This is a pretty cheap weapon by our current bolt standard. And... this is the one weapon in the game that is actually better before you upgrade it. So here's how it works. It's really good. It has a wide area, it does decent enough damage, and it's just really fun to use. Look at this thing. But once we upgrade it, it'll just get kind of boring, honestly. So I won't actually say what it is until it happens, but hi, let's not die. Alright. We also need the bioweapon. Lava gun looks more like it's shooting a trail of red yarn. Well, if you want to look at it that way, sure. Yeah, here's a tank. Let's go ball with him, but we do need to come over here. And let me grab my swing shot. Just get off that thing early. Okay, it is a little bit unwieldy, I will admit. Okay, that tank is a little dangerous. Let's see if we can take care of it with the... Can I just turn that tank into a sheep? Hold on. I had to get close enough to it, but... okay, hold on. If I'm real sneaky, I can do this. Hold on. I need to get as close as possible. Wait, hold on. Okay, let's turn something into a sheep. Not a tank, though. Ow. Okay. Nope. Okay, that is as close as I can get to him, and it's still not turning into a sheep. Well, whatever. I tried. I most certainly tried. Let me put... I don't need the Centenoids anymore, so let's put the lava gun in there. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I've only ever heard of one other gun that gets worse when you upgrade it, but in the case of Cave Story, it's clearly intentional. Ah, okay, nah, this was not intentional. That was just they fucked it up. There is one way to make that upgraded weapon a little better, but still not as good. Anyways, here's a switch. Well, while I'm here, let me just go and blow up this tank. Try again. Okay. Well, if it is a tank, it's not gonna go down that easily. It's not supposed to, but okay, now I think it's destroyed. Let's see. Yeah, now blow up. Okay, the Nemesis gun shoots big lightning at the lowest level and toy dogs at the highest level. It's challenging to use because you have to deliberately avoid collecting weapon experience pickups. Ah, okay. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I've heard of a weapon that gets weaker, not because it's trying to make you avoid getting something. That's an interesting idea. Now I'm not sure how good the execution is, but you know, it's good to know, I suppose. Anyways, let me see if I can blow up these guys from a safe distance. I you have a pretty good amount of experience. Anyone else do? Nope. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Hold on. Can I like... Never mind. I'll just use the lava gun. That works just fine. There we go. Also, a really cool thing you can do with a lava gun is just double jump, and then because Ratchet does a flip, he you know, he gets like that. Okay, can I not? Okay, apparently I can't get up there from here. I actually need to go over here. Alright. It's fine because taking 1 point of damage drops the weapon level of that particular weapon. Though that's not really an option on hard mode when you only have 3 HP anyways. Yeah, I can see how this weapon is balanced in less direct manners than usual. That's really cool. It's really interesting. Okay, I wonder if that flip shoot trick was intentional or a happy coincidence. Well, if it was intentional, then that's even crueler. Because again, this weapon will downgrade, and without spoiling where it actually is going to be, why can I not use the taxi? Taxi? I'm on you. You're supposed to let anyways. I guess the taxi broke. Try again in another week. Alright. Anyways, without spoiling what the weapon is actually going to be, it's going to become a lot less flexible in how we can use it. Okay. Okay. Didn't this exact same thing happen the last time I was here? Like I just leveled up and killed all the chickens down here? Pretty sure that's exactly the same thing that happened last time. Hello, taxi? Taxi broke. Understandable. Have a great day. Okay. Anyways, well, those guys are just gonna be chilling out down there, so I'm gonna ruin their day. But not like that. You know what? I just fucked that up so bad. I did not mean to hit the. You know what? Just 'cause I'm mad now, I'm gonna turn you people into sheep. And you weren't. Never mind, I'm not. Never mind, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of peeps. Okay, okay, I can't move around. Alright. Any more guys down there? That's that guy. There's just 2 guys over there. Hold on. Boom. Anyone else want to respawn? Nope, now it's just the one dude. Okay. Let's see. So, well, now we have some activity in the chat. There's been a couple of news happening this week. Monday was particularly eventful because, well, first of all, Stan Lee passed away. And I shouldn't have a funny voice for this, but that's just my natural voice. But you know, it's something that I think we all collectively knew was going to happen soon enough. The dude was pretty old by now, and he did die at 95. But you know, it's still a very impactful thing that happened this week, and certainly not how I wanted to start this week, which was strangely the weather that day was like particularly grim. So I just thought that was kind of a weird, sad coincidence that the day was so sad as a sad event happened. But you know, all things considered, may he rest in peace. He did some great stuff for the industry, and even though I'm not the biggest Marvel Universe fan, you know, I still very much had a lot of respect for him. So I hope he'll be in a happier place now. But anyways, to completely contradict the sad news, we got a trailer for the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie that's coming out. Well, we got to hear Pikachu voiced by Ryan Reynolds, and the movie itself is like really creepy looking, but also looks alright. Like, way better than he has any right to, and that's just kind of weird to me. But I guess that's just something that's happening now. So, wait. I'm actually kind of looking forward to watching it sometime next year. I believe it comes out in like May. So
listen up, Thugs for Less.
Well, listen up.
We got a big job ahead, so pay attention. Megacorp has hired us to protect their CEO, Mr. Fizzwidget. They feel that he's getting a little, you know, cuckoo in his old age, and are concerned for his safety. Now, Fizzwidget's kind of old-fashioned, so I want everything handled with the pride and courtesy people have come to expect from us. Also, be on the lookout for these two characters. I have a personal interest in seeing them rubbed out, so I'm offering a free pizza party to the squad who bags them. And remember,
I want a free pizza party for doing a good job.
Desserts. Over and out.
Could use that more than, like, I don't know, subs. I mean, I like subs too, but I would prefer pizza. Anyways, I like how the slapdash lazy Toy Story 4 teaser got completely overshadowed by the Detective Pikachu trailer during the same day. Yeah, we did also get teasers for Toy Story 4. I didn't even watch them. I just saw the thumbnails for them, and I was like, alright, cool. I'll keep my eye out for it, I guess. Like, I like Toy Story, but it's the fourth one, man. Do we really need for what's the name of those Toy Stories? I don't feel like we do. Oh dang, drinks and desserts? He don't just change the game. There's nothing to either of the Toy Story 40s. Yeah, it's just toys being in a story. This is Toy Story. Anyways, this is the first optional pet. There's two of them actually. Actually, no, this is not optional. We have a thing, we actually have a switch at the end of this that we needed to press. Anyways, let's see, there's something to idea here, but well, yeah, there's a bunch of cars. I don't know if you can actually blow them up. Probably can blow up some of them. Not all of them do. So, you know. And, okay. Whatever, let's see. So what else happened this week? So that was Monday being like super eventful and just starting the whole week for a bunch of stuff. And then I think yesterday we got the news that Sony will not be attending E3 2019. They're not gonna have, like, you know, their usual like super fancy ass Sony panel, and they're also not going to have just a general. They're not going to be at E3. They're not even going to have just like a small panel to show games or whatever. They're just skipping E3 entirely, which definitely is not something I expected to actually see. But that's I don't think they actually explained why they're skipping it. They just are, and the speculation is that they're skipping it because they want to have their own event and they're like preparing the PlayStation. Like they probably want the next time they want to make a big show, they want to have the PlayStation 5 ready, and they don't have it ready yet. So once they have it ready, they do something. We got a skill point because we took no damage in that entire thing. But you know. Okay, we got 13 platinum bolts. Let's get some poisonous lava on our midst, and also some poisonous. Okay, poisonous spiders, venomous spiders. That makes a lot of sense. Let's be real here. Okay, so I don't usually get this lock-on mods. We're gonna need this for the lava gun. Oh well, not for the lava gun, but for its upgrade, because then it at least won't be quite as terrible. Wait, I got some comments in the chat. Hold on. One is a ring of characters spinning in a circle, all but one of which we've seen before. The second one was Key and Peele's obscure two valets talking about stuff skit. But their voices were injected into two random toy characters, and all they did was talk about the previous teaser. It's such a pile of nothing, I feel kind of ashamed to have watched all of it, even though it was probably so short. Yeah, that's bad. I don't know why they would go with something like that. I don't remember all these hassles from the Milkman conspiracy. Oh, okay, well, can you not introduce me to the players by shooting me, Mr. People? Alright, anyways, Milkman conspiracy, Psychonauts. I have not played that game in a long time, and I kind of want to, but not yet. We got more games to play for the time being. I already explained last week that I got a bunch of other games. Oh, they actually died from the poison. Can I not step on this? So why do all these home switches work, alright? Game, that's called not being consistent, and you need to fix that. Okay, well, as long as we're on this side, they can't actually shoot us. I mean, they can shoot us, but they can't hit us. So if we're on the stairs, they can't hit us either. So let's go ahead and get some. The poison is gonna kill them. So, well, there we go. If you forgot, there was a lot of rail grinding in the second half of the Milkman. Actually, I now remember. Is that guy gonna die from the poison? Nah, he's too big to die from that. Let's see. Still haven't up. Okay, the next couple of enemies will definitely upgrade the spider. Okay. So, yeah, again, it's been a while since I played Psychonauts, but I do remember the Milkman stage. I don't remember everything that happens on it. But yeah, the Milkman was a standout part of that game. Every stage was so unique that you can't just pretend like it wasn't the coolest thing. So I don't know if it actually counted as the spider bot skill or just something else's skill. Okay. There we go. The poison killed that guy. So here's how the tank bot glove works. Here's the spider. It can shoot. It can shoot little missiles, but more importantly, it can shoot like meteors. You can charge them to make them go farther. Or you can just do that. I'm sorry for not giving a seizure warning before this. I should have done that, but anyways, that's what this thing can do. So So there you go. I fucking love this weapon so much, man. I'm gonna try not to use it too much because it's just overpowered beyond belief, but you know. Okay. Anyways, that guy needs to just to fuck right up.
Has a lock-on mod. Hold both L2 and R2 to lock on to enemies.
Alright. If you guys still have working eyesight, let me know. Okay, anyway, so I saw Vinny play some Spyro 1 on PS4. Looks even better than the Crash Bandicoot remaster, if you ask me. Yeah, it looks... Well, okay. Spyro is gonna look a little bit better, I think, because Spyro had a much more open-ended level design. So you get to explore that game a lot more. And it was also... like a lot of the detail on Crash Bandicoot comes from this background and the side of the levels that you can't actually explore, whereas Spyro is just implemented into levels themselves. Also, here's this little platform that apparently only works at like 3 AM or something like that. It's weird, but you use this to get to like the Insomniac Museum Easter egg. But I have a much more plausible way of getting there, so we'll be doing that once we're done here. Anyways, it's like those modded TF2 servers where you can remotely control a sentry gun. That's really cool. Anyway, oh my goodness, I mean graphically it looks way better. Yeah, graphically it looks way better. Well, okay, I think they both look pretty good. I can definitely, yeah, I'm very glad that the remake happened in the first place too, and something that they definitely did that's much more impressive with the Insane Trilogy, I mean not this, with Spyro Reignited as compared to the Insane Trilogy, is the fact that they redesigned a lot of the NPCs to make them a lot more interesting. Like the NPCs on Spyro were originally pretty cool, but they look a lot better now. Like I'm sure if anyone was actually following like the Spyro community when they released our first look at Spyro 2 Reignited, and we got to see Elora's new design, you know, the fawn from the first game. Everyone went crazy over her, like, holy shit, she looks so much better now. And then we got what's the name of it? A trailer for Spyro 3, more showing how Bianca, the bunny girl, looks like, and she looks so much better now than what she did before. So that's, like, you know, from a graphical presentation perspective, that is something I will definitely praise the Spyro Reignited trilogy for. They took their time to remake the characters, and they look a lot better now. Like most of them. Spyro looks about equally as good, I would say. Like, obviously he looks HD, but his design didn't change, so it's just, you know, he got an HD remake. I mean, an HD code, but the other characters actually got like full-on, you know, redesigns, which they look a lot better. Anyways, now, despite that, there is one big problem that I'm not sure if it is actually still true or if I was just reading something, but from what I understand, there was a whole shenanigans that happened with when Spyro Reignited was going to come, because this game was supposed to come out back in September, but it didn't. Okay, no. What happened is that right before the game was going to come out, they revealed that the game would only have the disc of the game specifically, would only have Spyro 1 in it, and then Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 were going to be downloads, which was naturally met with a lot of outrage. People didn't like it. It's like, okay, well, what's the fucking point of buying the physical disc if we're not gonna get the benefits of doing that? If we're still gonna have to put a massive download code, or do a massive download even after getting the physical version. So the internet outraged, and like very soon after that outrage, they announced that the trilogy was going to get delayed. It got delayed from September to November. So what happened is the reason that they said that there was going to be a delay was just like the generic, we are delaying the product to ensure the utmost quality. Whatever corporate speech you want, whatever corporate speech these people usually like to do. And that's all they actually like explicitly said. But we, like, the entire internet collectively just assumed that meant they were going to go back and add the other 2 games that they didn't add the first time. That makes sense. Okay, there was just this. They announced that this thing that we didn't know about. Everyone raged about this thing that we now know about. So they're announcing a delay by using like their generic corporate speech, which probably just translates to, okay, we're going to fix the thing you're all raging about. And now the game came out, and no, they didn't fix that. So apparently what review, I saw this from Review Tech USA, so I haven't checked all of my sources, but he said that the game's, it's still only Spiral 1 on the disc. Also, here's a new armor. It's still only Spiral 1 on the disc, and like a couple of levels of Spiral 2 and 3. Like, not the full games, it's just you get a couple of levels from the other games, but not the whole games. You still have to do like a 30-something gigabyte download for those other ones. And naturally, people were angry. But anyways, so that's what the massive update patch was for. So apparently, okay, so if there was an update patch, then they actually, put the games in there. Now I can actually go and buy it. Fair enough. If that's what they did, I'll have to look into it, obviously. I don't know for sure what happened. I'm dead. That's okay. We literally just got a checkpoint up here. That was the whole controversy with Spyro. I mean, I much prefer that over Activision having forced microtransactions in there. That would have been fun. But I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah, so if that's actually fixed now, I can safely go grab the game, no problem. But if they hadn't fixed that before, oh, you're still here. I'm still taking a lot of damage from this guy. Hey. Okay. There we go. Alright, so for some reason I prefer the PS1 version of Ripto, but otherwise everyone looks great. Well, okay. Okay, it's because Ripto is really meme-worthy. So, like, the really weird, riggedy, like, rackety PS1 expressions probably looked a lot better than the HD remaster, which, again, still looks good, but, anyways. They didn't have to make the 80 Dragon NPCs so visually distinct, but they did anyways. Yeah, that was a great addition to that. They, like, all of those dragons look generic as crap in the original game. But now they're all, like, unique and cool. It's great. Some people are suspecting that there are scalies among the design team. Well, I mean, I don't really judge in that department, but hey, if having Scalies meant that they would have a lot of fun designing the dragons, then that I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing in my book. Okay, this is actually making the frame rate drop down, and again, this is the PS3 version. It's supposed to not have frame rate drops when the PS2 didn't. Well, okay, whatever. I think we've established that this particular HD remaster is not the best. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely much more. If they actually fix that whole problem with the discs, I'm a lot more excited about getting the Spyro Reignite trilogy now. So that'll probably be, you know, besides going to grab my pre-order of Smash Ultimate, that'll probably be the last game I get this year. Because I did just get like 6 games last week from like a huge trade-in that included Kuon in it, because Kuon is... I actually did a good move by trading in Kuon when I did, because that game just went up in price like a lot. And I think the reason might be because you know, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is coming out, and you know, before we actually knew what Sekiro was, people were like speculating what From Software's new game was going to be, and if it was going to be you know, a return to one of their older games. And I think that's how people found out about Kuon, because you know, it's a very obscure game that people probably didn't know about. So now they do. So, you know, that was fun. Okay, so yeah, I actually got more from the trade-in than I did for when I originally bought the game. Okay, I guess this is information I don't really mind sharing too much, but I bought Kuon for $60. A lot of money for an old game, I know, but I did that. And then when I traded in Kuon, I got like 130 for it, because it has now gone up to like $250, just as much as Rule of Rose, which was the previous most expensive game on the PS2. So hey, you know, financially I did a good move. And I also traded in Tenchu 1 and 2, which also went up in price, because again of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. So hey, I already like Sekiro because it made me money. I'm interested in that game. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Okay. Double check your sources. I'm only parroting random things I've seen around the internet. Yeah, I'll definitely double check the Spyro stuff. But again, it's cool to know. It's an interesting level. Yeah, it is. He makes ample use of the gravity boots, which were cool items in the first game, but were held back by, you know, forcing you to like be slow when you use them. Now we can just use them at our own pace. So that's great. I'm almost out of ammo, but that's also okay, because we're done here. Okay. Here's a real dick move that this game does. Okay, so here's the end of the level, Mr. Fizz Widget. Is there a platinum bolt up there? So the thing we need to do to get it is get up on this grappling hook. So what's going to happen when we do that? Hold on. It's going to activate the cutscene.
This isn't Fizz Widget.
So we have to come back here later. That's just a fucking dick move, man. I hate that, but whatever.
Freeze, knuckleheads!
Oh, no.
The two of yous are under arrest for attempting to bump off Mr. Fizz Widget.
But this isn't...
Save it.
Is this just like a common thing of the Ratchet Clank games where people confuse robots for people? I think that's just a theme of this series.
Thugs for Less Prison would like to wish you a happy incarceration. After a poolside orientation, all new inmates will meet one-on-one with a galactic nutritionist.
There's the
This
man's
professional
position.
will ensure that you're eating a species-appropriate diet for your entire stay.
Okay,
Next,
I'm putting aside the fact that
check
that's a
out
metal
this
chicken.
spa
That's an
with your
entire
personal
chicken.
trainer. Remember,
Just an entire rotisserie
prisoners
chicken
can
for
feel
one
twice
person.
as long if you're not in proper shape.
Also, how do robots
And for
spit?
those times when you're just feeling blue,
Oh, whatever.
come talk it out with one of our 10 full-time life coaches. They'll help you find your smile again. Thugs for
don't-
Less Prison.
You can't smile, you're a
Experience the
robot.
maximum in security.
But you know what? Body language, that's important. You can portray a smile without actually having a smile on your face.
That didn't seem so bad.
I assume you have provisions for vegetarians.
What do you mean
Of
vegetarian?
course. Vegan or fruit. Wait a minute. You, take them away. And impound their ship, too.
Well, there we go. Shoot him. Oh, it's just a fake wily robot. Yep. One of those. I literally just finished watching all of Kid Icarus's recent Mega Man videos. So now I know all about Wily's shenanigans. Or Willy's shenanigans. Wily shenanigans.
Sorry. I have
Why do people
thoroughly
do that?
analyzed our surroundings, and I'm afraid that there is absolutely no means of escape.
Except that untextured vent.
Someone's got a girlfriend.
I will be right back.
Don't stop for anything along the way.
Ratchet, this is hardly the time to joke around. Anyways, hey, we get to play as Clank again. That's fun. So you have to do the whole level over again to get that bolt? Yes. There will be less enemies on the second time around, but yes. We have to go do everything all over just to get that one bolt. Major dick move. Fucking hate that so bad. But, whatever.
Hammerbot acquired.
The evil Dr. Wily suggestive eyebrows. Okay. Anyways, here's a hammer bot. He hammers. See, he's a hammer bot. He can't hammer enemies, but he can hammer plasma crates. I don't know what the hell those are. Anyways, I must say that after watching all of his Mega Man videos, like, I can definitely see why people really like Mega Man, but I don't think I'm gonna enjoy any of them besides like Mega Man 11. Because Mega Man 11 looks like modernized and appropriate enough for today's today's standards. And I mean, Mega Man X was cool, and I really like the progression system of that game, how you felt more powerful as you progressed, but at the same time, you know, I'm still not like a huge Mega Man fan, unfortunately. But you know, it's cool. I definitely respect the series for what it is. Okay. Anyways, what news happened this week? Personal news. I've been trying to get rid of a bunch of Steam games, and I've gotten rid of, like, this is the third or fourth time I'm doing that, just going to my gigantic Steam library and getting rid of as many games as possible, because I just didn't, you know, I got a bunch of stuff from Humble Bundles and other games that I shouldn't have bought in the first place. So, you know, yeah, I've gotten rid of a lot of games that I think are bad, games that are not necessarily bad, but also not that great, and then games that are actually good, but not for me. You know, I've realized that I have some kind of taste. I don't just like every game that has good critics, that has a, you know, a praise for to it, and you know, that's how we're here. I've discovered that I don't have to like every game in existence just because it's popular, or I have to dislike every game in existence because it's you know, there's got people that don't like it. Which is why it's important to play games, you know. The best way to know if you're gonna like a game or not is to play it yourself. And make your own decision. Okay, anyways. Yo, is this the true physical edition? No, is it true that the physical edition of Fallout 76 comes with a cardboard disc? That's like an Ed and an Eddie scam right there. Granted, it is a download code on it, but it's not that bad, but it's still really... What? Hold on, let me step back a little bit. What the I had not heard of this. I had heard that the Fallout 76 beta was a piece of shit. And that the actual game when it came out was still a piece of shit. I did not, however, know that there was an actual cardboard in there. That's news to me. How did I just level up? What? I just keep leveling up, man. I'm not even trying to do that. It just happens. But also we do not have Clank right now, so I can't do a lot of the usual things that I can do. Okay. I just found a picture of it. I can link it if you'd like. I'll check it out on Facebook later. But jeez, that's really dumb. Okay. Anyways, it almost sounds like a grade A Bethesda move. But at the same, okay, this thing is about to level up. I don't want it to level up. I mean to upgrade. But whatever, we'll just have to deal with it. Okay. Probably gonna upgrade in this room. There it is. It is now the meteor gun. Look at it. Instead of shooting lava, a consistent stream of lava, it now just shoots singular meteors. That's... I mean, it's not the worst weapon or anything, but it is an unquestionable downgrade. That I would appreciate if it had been the case. Okay. Well, I messed that up. Okay. Let's see. Well, yeah, I got rid of a bunch of Steam games. Again, amongst some of them good games that are just not for me. Like for example, there's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna need a weapon thing. Okay. Like for example, what was it? I got rid of the Mass Effect games. The Mass Effect 1 and 2 specifically, because I have Mass Effect 3 on PS3, I'm getting rid of that too. And the Borderlands games, Borderlands 1 and 2. I can see why people like them. I would have probably liked them if it was the old me, but new me just did not find them as enjoyable. Again, I recognize that they were good games, but they were just not for me. And, you know, my games collection is still pretty big. Like, I still have over 300 games as of right now, but that number is still going to be going down over the next couple of weeks and months. And you know, I have a much more defined taste. And something I've realized about my streams is that you know, some streamers can have a lot of fun with bad games. Like Germa and Vinny are great at making entertainment content out of bad games, because they just, you know, they do really stupid shit in them, and they explicitly go out for the worst games possible, and you know, they... God damn it, my throat. But anyways, you know, they're really good at making bad games look entertaining, not because they actually make the game look good, but because they do a good job at streaming the game. I can't do that. Bad games, to me, are not a source of entertainment, they just bore me. I don't get snarkier or funnier with bad games. I just get my energy drained pretty much. I just become bored and annoyed, and I just have bad commentary. So I realized that if I ever had the idea of streaming bad games, like really intentionally bad games, just for the sake of a laugh, I realized that's not gonna happen, because that's not the kind of content that I can make. So, you know, if you're looking forward to me playing like bad rats or something, it's not gonna happen. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna retract itself now. Anyways, I suppose this isn't too far from the special edition version of Mass Effect with the excruciating footnote "Game not included" attached to it. That's... yeah, that's the thing that happened. God. Anyways. Hey everyone. Can you give me an example of a bad game you've streamed in the past year? Well, I will argue Xenosaga 2 was one such game. Yeah, but the problem is, you know, one of the big problems in Xenosaga 2 is that it was dreadfully boring. Also, why is... What? Wait, hold on. Why are these two, like, still with the lava filter on, but not that guy? Oh my god. It's not actually lighting that's making them look like that. That's just their texture differently to make them look like they belong to the lava place, but now they're... even Clank still has like a lava filter on that makes it look like there's lava under him, but what the fuck? I did not realize that before. That's lazy. Anyways. But yeah, Xenosaga 2 I would say was a pretty bad game overall. Which is why we stopped stream. That's the one stream series I just straight up dropped. And there was something else that I think was like officially bad. And don't remember what it was, but it was... I'll have to look back at all of the games that I've streamed in the past, like since I started streaming, and see which one it was. So I do not remember. Okay. Anyways, you guys can't actually follow me over here, so I do one last salute. Thank you. But yeah, if I try to stream like what's the bad game I got rid of recently? Like, what was it? Like the TAC games. That would have...
Hey, check this out. Another wrench.
Yeah, that would have not been too good for my taste. Anyways, so that's the problem. The example of bad games you mentioned from Jerma and Vinny are really bad. The result of profit-focused rush jobs. As bad as Xenosaga 2 was, it's ultimately more of a mediocre game in the grand scheme of... okay, well, you make a fair point. My bad games are not the same as some of the other streamers' bad games. Yeah, fair enough. Also, yeah, we did just get a new wrench. Weird thing. I'm not sure if this still happens here on PS3, but on PS2, this wrench model only works on your first playthrough of the game. All New Game Plus playthroughs, when you get this new wrench, it sticks with the model of the previous wrench. And I don't know why like, it's still the new wrench stat-wise, it's still more powerful, but for some reason it just sticks with the old model. It's a glitch. I don't know why it happens, but anyways. Let's see. It's so weird to try to turn these people into cheap because that's just the only weapon I'm trying to upgrade right now. Anyways, plus the most entertaining bad things Vinny covers were very quick experiences, either because the game itself is underdeveloped and short, or because the streamer knows when enough is enough and cuts it off, move on to the next thing. Yeah, that's a fair point. They're basically meme games in a way, whereas my bad games are just mediocre. Technically, we're trying to be good games, but failed at it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that is a fair point. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit difficult. I hope this noise doesn't get too annoying too soon. Okay. Yeah, I'd call the bad games you streamed disappointing failures, rather than, you know, meme-worthy, let's play this for a laugh kind of bad games. Yeah, fair enough. I can see the point now. Frankly, I'd put Pokemon Colosseum in that category too. I think Pokemon Colosseum was especially disappointing for you because it's something you probably remember enjoying as a kid and no longer enjoying now as an adult with much more critical eyes, which I realize is something that happened with some of the games I stream too, like
So, did you run into your little friend out there?
like Sonic Heroes. I remember really enjoying Sonic Heroes as a kid, and now I'm playing it again, and it's like, eh. What else? Was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I remember actually legitimately, honest to God, enjoying that game as a kid, and now it's just mediocre. Yeah, like nostalgia can be a dangerous thing. This is something we've all established by now. Anyways, I think it's about time we buy a new. Oh, by the way, here's a Zodiac. It costs 1,500,000 bolts. It is the most expensive weapon in the game, and it's not even that good. Like, it costs 50% more than the Rhino 2, and it's not even that good. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but like, it's basically a screen clearer, but it's not as fun to use. So, you know, the Ted Cruz gun. Oh my! I don't even get the reference, but that just sounds funny. Okay, I mean, I know what Ted Cruz is, but I don't know what hit it to earn this nickname other than just being expensive, I guess. Okay. Anyway, and then the Chill Charger. That's this is probably like one of the hardest weapons to upgrade in the whole game. I'm not looking forward to doing that, but I have to buy something. I guess we'll just go with the next cheapest thing, the Mini Rocket 2. Okay. There's an ongoing meme. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac. Oh, Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer. All right. That's definitely a meme. Also, where's my rocket effects? There's supposed to be like fire coming out of Clank when we boost, as rockets do. What? Okay. This game is just falling apart. You know how this feels? All of these weird glitches that happen with the HD remaster feel like
this force field must be deactivated to access your ship.
Feel like the game is actually being played on an emulator. Like, the emulator is not 100% ready, so it just has some weird graphic. Like, it runs fine for the most part, but it has some graphical glitches. That's what it feels like right now. Speaking of emulators, right before I started this stream, I saw a video of the Switch emulator, Yuzu, Y-U-Z-U, in action, and it looked really cool. Like, they were playing Super Mario Odyssey on it, and like, for an emulator that's supposed to be pretty early in development, that thing is really, really well done by now. Holy crap! Like, it almost looks like it's ready for release to the general public. Like, Super Mario Odyssey looked like it was running just like there were some graphical glitches, but like and it was running slow. But again, anyways, here's the plumber.
In this galaxy,
I can't control where things break. I just fix them.
Surely someone in this galaxy can. Shh.
I know that, but they don't. I get triple time and travel expenses.
Ew. What's that?
Trash.
Dead-burned fool flushed this perfectly good Quark action figure.
Trash.
It's a little ripe, but look at that craftsmanship. You want to buy it?
Sure, we need that one actually.
There you go, pal. See you in another year or so.
What did he mean by that?
Okay. Anyways, almost sounded like almost sounded like the music was falling apart too. Did you say Yuzu? Google gave me an app related to Barnes and Noble. I've no idea about that, but it was a second-hand result. YuzuEmu.org. Ah, okay, that makes sense. It is an emulator, it's probably gonna have Emu on the name. But yeah, it looked like the video itself looked really good. Like again, it's considering it's a very early in development emulator. That's very impressive. Now I feel no need to go out of my way to get the emulator running or anything. I'm just very impressed that they got it running so quickly. It's from the same team that's still working on Citra, and I've been pleasantly surprised by my Citra experiences so far. Yeah, this is super neat, indeed. Yeah, there's no particular Switch game that I feel needs emulating right now, or like any one Switch game that I think is so impossible to get right now that that it'd be better. Okay, let's not go right now. That'd be better to emulate it than to just buy them normally, but you know, it's just really cool to have that working already. It'll be something that I look forward to trying out like several years from now, when the Switch's life cycles has actually come to an end. Development for it is no longer being a thing, and I'm like, I just want to go back to some old Switch games I missed out on, and you know, just play them on an emulator. Well, you know, for the time being, I'm still on time with the Switch. Like, I got my Switch, I'm having fun with it. I can play it right now whenever I want, and I can get pretty much all games for like the only games I can't get for my Switch right now are probably like those physical releases of some indie games by limited run games. Like I believe. Maybe Dust and Elysian Tale got a limited run game or something like that, but you know, those kinds of games. Otherwise, I can get pretty much anything on the Switch right now. I'm not concerned about that.
Ratchet, Clank, I hope this gets through to you. I'm transmitting from the Thugs for Less fleet.
That's a dangerous place. Also, where are you?
This
like
ship just returned from a megacorp distribution center, and I think I found the answer to...
great time to get a flu, lady.
Meow.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing here?
Wait a minute. Alien cats don't exist in my planet.
Well, say goodbye, boys. Take her to headquarters.
You forgot to destroy the video footage?
Whoa! Did you see that?
Yes, Angela knows how to defeat the protopet.
And?
And she does a terrible cat impression.
Despite being one.
We have to rescue her from the thugs.
Agreed. We need that answer.
And we have to protect her.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the
The
thing.
coordinates.
It's understandable Ratchet is in love with her, because, you know, things. Because it's never actually specified if Angela is a Lombax, or if she just happens to look like Ratchet. I think the idea of it is that back when this game came out, they did not have Ratchet's Lombax history really developed enough. Like, they were just thinking, okay, well, whatever, we're gonna make it like this this Lombax race of like cat people. And, you know, that's what Ratchet's gonna look like, and that's all we're gonna do with that. We're just gonna, like, just for the heck of it, we're going to say he's like the last Lombax or whatever, but we're not gonna focus on that. And then they put Angela in there to make him look like, you know, make her look like him. It wasn't until the later games on PS3 where they decided, you know what, we can do like a big story with Ratchet being a Lombax. But I think in the process of that, they forgot that they had created Angela, so at some point they mocked that, like, there's some Easter egg mocking that maybe female Lombaxes don't have tails, because Angela doesn't have a tail unlike Ratchet. So, like, you know, they were like, okay, so, you know, okay, so Angela was a Lombax, we're just not gonna mention her besides this one, like, Easter egg. Or we're just not gonna say that she was a Lombax. She might not have been a Lombax. She was just a cat person. So, you know, that's the whole deal with Angela. But anyway, that's why she looks like Ratchet. And probably why he likes her. But it's very understandable that Clank does not actually care for Angela's safety, because she did electrocute him. Like, the first time they met, she kidnapped him and then electrocuted him and tried to keep him that way for as long as possible. So, you know, it's understandable that they don't see each other eye to eye. Anyways, let me grab some water before I go read the chat real quick. Anyways. Quality of emulation, I guess, depends more on who's working on it rather than the hardware specs of what's being emulated. Which is why the Super Nintendo Entertainment Systems, GameCube and 3DS emulation has been going so smoothly, but Nintendo 64 and Wii U emulation is still iffy. Yeah, it's a matter of hardware. Like, I know the Sega Saturn, you know, the ones that was around the time of the PS1 and the N64, that thing is like, oh, we got skill point already. Well, anyways, that thing is like real bad, from like a mechanical system, hardware, you know, engineering perspective. It's really convoluted, it doesn't make sense, and that's why developing for it was such a pain in the ass, and why there's just not a whole lot of games on the Sega Saturn. Because developing for it was too complicated, and it wasn't worth it because it wasn't a popular enough console. The PS3 was also really also had a really complex, also has, you know, it's still, I'm currently playing on the PS3, it's not a thing of the past, it's still around, but I mean, it's not being developed for anymore, but still. But yeah, the PS3 had a really complex, weird engineering that people didn't want to deal with. But you know, it's the PS3. It's a popular console. It's Sony's putting big money on it. Why I just fall? So a lot of developers just had to struggle with the PS3. Like they had to release it on the PS3. They would have had too many losses if they tried not to. But at the same time, Sony just made it unnecessarily difficult for them to develop for it in an attempt to stop piracy. Just bad news. Anyways, Angela reminds me of that alien girl from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she does kind of look similar. I think about it. Yuzu testing has only started this month, but there's already a small list of games that works and games that don't. Fair enough. I think the Switch just finished celebrating its 1,000 games milestone. Yeah, like just today or like this week, there are officially at least 1,000 games available on the Nintendo Switch, which is pretty impressive. you know, it's only been around for less than 2 years. And it's already got, like, probably probably about as many, if not more games than the Wii U ever had, if we're going to be perfectly honest here. Yeah, so they've got plenty of stuff to work with, but of course they're firstly going to care about getting the mainline Nintendo games on. You know, they're gonna get Super Mario Odyssey running, they're gonna get Breath of the Wild running, they're gonna get Kirby Star Allies, Super Mario, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario Party maybe, Smash definitely when that comes out, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 probably. That is a surprisingly popular game. You know, I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 surprised Nintendo a lot more than they expected it to. But yeah, so they're probably gonna be focusing on that before they focus on like the Switch version of Shantae Half Genie Hero or Senran Kagura Peach Ball, the freaking paintball game for Senran Kagura. Anyways.
Cool. Mwah. I'm taking the captain home before the humidity gets to him.
The armor magnetizer is now active. Bolt pickup range is increased.
There we go. Now we have this earthquake thing and the armor magnetizer, the bolt grabber, whatever you want to call it. So now our bolt grabbing range is fucking huge. We have all the tools to get the bolts as easily and quickly as possible. Anyways, games listed as working perfectly. Just Puyo Puyo Tetris right now. Fair enough. That's a simple game. Mario Odyssey is just in the okay category, along with ARMS, Disgaea 5, and Steins Gate Elite. Has nice. It's not impressive with trash like that. Look at photos of celebrity cosplayer and answer multiple choice questions. Series of games. Yeah, well, if we keep getting games like that, of course it's gonna get 1,000 games. It's not gonna get 1,000 good games, but it's gonna get 1,000 games. Okay. Anyways, I think my streaming speed has finally stabilized at for like the first hour, I think, of streaming. My internet was just freaking the hell out, but I think it fixed itself. We didn't drop any frames, surprisingly, and we didn't even, you know, lose connection. But, still kind of weird that it happened. So, now that the year is coming to an end, any games you guys are looking forward to next year? You know, coming out like early, not late next year, more like early next year. You know, have a reasonable release date, like Fire Emblem Three Houses. I know that's coming out. I think spring. Yeah, spring. So probably May at the latest is when that game's going to come out. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to...
This weapon has a lock-on mod. Hold both L2 and R2 to lock on to enemies.
Thank you, lady. I didn't even buy that though, but sure, whatever. Actually, hold on, let me show this ball grabber thing in action. They didn't have to move, it just grabs all of them for me. There's a new update to Kirby Star Allies that actually looks really substantial. So I'm looking forward to that because it's free, because I already bought the game. Ah, okay, that's cool. You know, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Kirby games of what I've played, which is not much. I've only played like... Really, I've only played the demo of Kirby Star Allies and like a little bit of the very first Kirby game. So that's, I probably don't have, you know, a good experience with the Kirby franchise. But that doesn't mean it's not good. It means that just means that's my fault for not trying to go like all of the games. But I'm sure it's exciting, but I need to wait and see how good it'll really be. I'd be more excited for a remastering of some of the older Fire Emblem games. Fair enough. As well as we have, obviously, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition is coming out like in February, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely looking forward to that. Medieval on PS4 is gonna be coming out next year. Resident Evil 2 remake is coming out next year. Holy shit. I'm so excited for that one. What else? I don't know when Ghost of Tsushima is gonna come out, but that's like the single PlayStation 4 AAA experience that I'm most excited for right now. You know, that's not out yet. Even more so than Days Gone and The Last of Us Part 2, Dead Stranding. Yeah, it's... We're talking like, not like Medieval and other games, you know, because this is like not AAA, just more games, but like actual AAA, holy fucking shit, this looks amazing. Definitely that one. Oh, and of course, Wargroove. That's like my most anticipated game ever. It's still slated for Q9 2019. Ah, yeah. Wargroove looks pretty cool too. If I get that, I'll definitely be trying to get it on Switch, as you do. Okay. Actually, hold on. These ships are actually ghosts, I think. Maybe. Or maybe not. I believe they only manifest for a little while. But this is one way to destroy. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the games that I'm anticipating for next year. We've got some more stuff. I am excited for Sekiro. Like, I'm not usually excited for Dark Souls games, but Sekiro looks pretty cool. Like, it's Dark Souls-like and still different enough from Dark Souls for me to be excited about it. What else is coming out? We're supposed to be getting... Okay, I think like tomorrow or something, there's gonna be a Tales of live stream celebrating the franchise's like 23-year anniversary or something like that. So I don't expect any new game. They say not to expect any new game announcements on it, but you know, still something to look forward to and hope. Great camera angle there, game. Good job, game. Holy shit.
Well, it looks like the thugs moved Angela out of this quadrant. See if you can pick up any transmissions on the deep space channels.
What is your problem?
Right, we found him.
I'm trying to make a living here, and you two losers keep lousing it up. Ratchet and Clank, isn't it? Look, if you two don't hightail it back to your own galaxy, I'm gonna blast you into so many pieces you'll need a... well, there's gonna be a lot of them. I can tell you that. So you two hit the road, and don't bother trying to find me, cause I got wind. I mean, I'm like the wind. You never know where I might show up next. And I blow hard.
You're trying so hard to be menacing right now, Thomas, for this.
Well, you get the idea. Goodbye, moron.
Oh, thank you for giving us the exact coordinates.
He has just transmitted his exact location.
If not, he's about to find out.
Oh, yeah, good time for to stop the camera there. Jesus Christ, the camera in this game is freaking out. Okay. If you'd like an early impression of what that game will be like, I'd recommend emulating one of the old Advance War games. Like, I might end up doing a quick Advance War stream, or several, just before Wargroove comes out. And hey, wow, Undertale is currently number 7 on the Switch eShop bestseller list. That's pretty good. And yeah, I've heard that Wargroove is similar to Advance Wars. You know, it pays homage to a lot of those games for also being really cool and silly. I'm always up for some cool and silly games. But let's see. I'm sure, but anyway, yeah, I was talking about a Tales of live stream. They're gonna be. We don't expect any new game announcements, but they did announce earlier this year that they are working on a console. You know, the next main like console Tales of games. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. And I sincerely hope they do make some development for console and not just become a PC, like I'm not PC, a mobile only franchise like they seem to like almost want to do. It's just terrifying. Anyways, gotta destroy some of those enemy ships. I've actually got a nuke on me that I haven't used yet, so I should probably try to use that. Okay. This is again easily the most efficient weapon to taking care of most small enemies. Honestly, the mines are just overpowered. I never used them back in the day, but I'm very disappointed that I did because this thing is amazing. Okay. Oh, the mine exploded. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now, but that's still a pretty hefty list as is. I'm also looking forward to any announcements on the on Metroid Prime 4 if we get any of those. I've not played any Metroid Prime games, but so many people are excited for that one that are like, alright, I'm gonna have to check this out on my own, see what the fuck's going on here. With Ghost, oh yeah, that's right, that's a ghost ship here. So it's like, what? It's pretty much just like those other ships we just fought, but it actually disappears for a little bit and then reappears. Now you can hit it. And did I just waste my nuke on the freaking wow? Oh, whatever, that's fine. Now we need to step away from it and make sure we don't... I was trying to show off the nuke weapon, but literally an enemy got in the way as I was trying to do that. So... Okay, can you all, like, please stop getting in the way of me trying to do this thing? Okay, I'm way too close to this thing. Let's see. I'm just gonna like do this. You cannot do a barrel roll in this game. Okay. Anyways. What else am I looking forward to? I mean, I'm looking forward to a bunch of stuff, but can't actually remember all of it at once. So I guess we'll just leave it like that for now. Got a lot of cool games that are coming out next year. So many, in fact, that I can't remember all of them. I guess Devil May Cry 5 is exciting, but they've had so many bad news. Like, okay, Devil May Cry 5 was a weird, has had a weird advertising career because the actual game announcement back on E3 was amazing. We were all Devil May Cry fans were like, holy shit, finally we get Devil May Cry 5, that's so cool, and it looks so good, and it looks so fun and everything, and then we started getting more info. It's like, okay, it's gonna have microtransactions, what? Oh, it's gonna have like a really weird deluxe edition, what? Oh, it's gonna have an edition that costs literally thousands of dollars just so that you can get like jackets of the main characters. What the fuck? So, yeah, it almost seems like the game is going to use nostalgia not as a means of, you know, giving the fans what they want, but using nostalgia to sell copies. And that's... I just doesn't sit well with me, and I sincerely hope Resident Evil 2 does not go that route, because as we streamed Resident Evil 2 earlier this year, I've expressed how much I love that game. And I want it to get the proper treatment it deserves. Devil May Cry, well, if we're gonna be completely honest here, Devil May Cry is not that, it's not quite as beloved as Resident Evil, so I don't mind sacrificing that one quite as badly, but still. It's sad news. Okay. Is there a particular title you're actually actively not looking forward to? Like, it's being hyped up a lot, but you can already tell that it's going to be terrible when it finally comes out. This isn't coming anytime soon, but for me that title is probably the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah! Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, that's coming out. That's exciting. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's had such a rocky development that I will not be surprised if that game just does not impress. I will just be like, I called it. This game, you know, like developers are probably being, you know, behind the doors, behind what we actually know of. There's probably developers being switched around, which is always bad for a game because it loses its focus. Square Enix is generally just in a bad spot right now. Like they're getting a lot of heat, which is bad. You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's speculated to come out in like 2022 or something, or 23, and for them to have announced the game so early, like I think they announced that game 2 years ago by now, so they weren't expecting the game to come out for another like 8 years or 7 years. I mean, that's terrible, just bad. You know, my prediction, it'll have been remastered so much, it'll basically be an entirely different game, which might be what they're going for, and it might still be a good game in the, like they might still envision a good game, but there's problems coming out with that. Anyways, but hey, at least I can eventually get Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on Switch, which I'm so excited about. I think I might buy 2 copies and send one to a friend. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's, if you like the game enough, go for it. Anyways, let me mute myself while I drink some water. But anyways, any games that I'm actively not looking forward to. Let me think about this. Well, I guess I literally just explained it. Find the Devil May Cry 5. Like, I'm interested to play the main game, but it feels like it's gonna be so riddled with microtransactions and corporate nonsense that it's gonna suck the life out of it. Like, it's gonna be more it might end up being more insulting to Devil May Cry than DMC Devil May Cry was. The Ninja Theory reboot of the franchise that pissed off everyone because it was just weird. This game might be made by the same, you know, by the main people that made Devil May Cry, but be so plagued with microtransactions and corporate nonsense that nobody's gonna actually care for it. And if that's the case, it's sad, but it's something that Capcom would have brought onto themselves, and it's a lesson that they're never gonna learn because it's a AAA company. It's a, well, I put myself over. If AAA companies can make money out of it, they're going to. It's that simple. Okay. Anyways, Bing. Yeah, that sounds atrocious. Thinking about that sort of thing makes me weep for those poor Diablo fans. Ah, yeah, if Diablo Immortal is supposed to come out next year, I don't even know when that game's supposed to come out, but if it comes out next year, well, that's another game to be disappointed about, I guess. Hey, you. Hold on. We actually get a skill point for destroying some of these ships, so let's see if we can do that. I have to destroy a fair amount of them, but let's see. Oh, shit. Those particular ones are really hard to hit. Hold on. Okay. Okay, we got like one more ship that we have to hit over this trajectory. Well, never mind. Let's see, what else is going to be coming out soon? Probably... Well, just in general, I'm not excited for a lot of the stuff that Sony is going to be announcing with some of the recent policy changes. Like, I'm just scared of anything that Sony might do at this point. And speaking of, actually, yeah, I just thought of something. One game I'm scared about, not because of the game itself, I don't expect the game to be bad, but with Sony's recent changes, Senran Kagura 7, which is, you know, as of right now, it's still supposed to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. If we're gonna keep having this this really bad policy changes over at Sony, then that game is definitely gonna be in some troubles, getting away with the stuff that it usually gets away with. You know, a lot of the fan service, a lot of the stuff that makes Senran Kagura, well, Senran Kagura is probably not gonna be around for this particular one. Again, if they have to make the changes that they've been having to make lately. And what particularly worries me about that one is that it's supposed to be the game that Kenichiro Takaki, the developer, the creator, and the development team are working so hard on to make sure it's like the best Senran Kagura to date, to make sure they're using a brand new engine, they're using new models, they're just doing everything brand new to make sure they can give us the best experience possible, and yet here we are. I can't hit that freaking ship to save my life. You know, I mean, all these changes for Sony's policies and forcing Japanese developers to tell Sony in English what's going on at California times instead of Japanese times, or Japanese developers having to wake up at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to go talk with some Sony executive over in California. That just ain't right. So I would like them to Marvelous and the development team to be like, alright, if this is what's going to happen, if this is what's going to go down, then we need to make sure that Senran Kagura is going to be available on more than PS4. We're gonna have to make sure we develop this game for Switches. I mean, for either Switch and or PC as well. And you know, that will probably be their safest bet. But you know, it's not that easy. You can't just put a game on another console. It's like, even if you have all the files and everything in there, the engineering behind it can take several months, if not maybe even a year, to complete. Yeah, because if the game is not being originally developed for a console, it has to be ported to that console, and ports are not quite as consistently efficient, I guess, as an actual just game being developed for a certain console. Okay. Anyway, so that's a game I'm not necessarily thinking is going to be bad, but it's a game I'm worried about. Okay. Let's see. This guy can actually just start hitting them. Like, the idea is that once we get over there, they're going to start going up and gonna hit us, but we can just be real sneaky and hit them from here. Okay, there we go. That's that guy. Actually, there's a few more over here. Just wait for the poison to finish taking its effect. This weapon actually takes quite a bit to upgrade, as you can see. We just destroyed 6 helicopters. And it only barely went up a little bit. So... But that's okay. It's even... Once it upgrades, it will be better, but not by much. So, even in its unupgraded state, this weapon is still pretty powerful. Okay. Can you be... How can you be sneaky while launching mortar shells? All 3 of my fellow pilots just blew up. I'd better stay put and assess the situation. Yeah, that is really dumb. It's a very clear example of just exploiting the system. Anyways, I know we just bought an armor like 3 levels ago, but here's a new one. 250,000 bolts. We're gonna need to buy that as soon as we get the chance. But I don't have that kind of money right now. So we're just gonna have to... Electro steel armor. We're gonna have to wait on you. Until I've made enough money. Which we will soon enough. But not right now. Anyways, we need to come down here. It costs $250,000 to wear this armor. For 3. Wait, hold on, let me try that again with Heavy's voice. It costs 250,000 bolts to wear this armor for 3 seconds. Or whatever it is that Heavy makes after that. Anyways, speaking of Heavy and I guess first-person shooters in general, I was thinking about, you know, like there's been with with the recent release of Ash in Overwatch, I got interested in like not actually going back to play it, but just seeing how the community is doing, how the community is reacting to what's going on recently with that game, and there's a lot of talk about the game just not being as good anymore, or the game dying, or a bunch of weird stuff like that. And it got me thinking, like, okay, even with new characters and everything, people are still not interested in this game anymore. So what's going on? And pretty much every video that I've seen complaining of Overwatch's current state is a video about is in some way, shape or form a video about the competitive scene in Overwatch. Like it's people complaining that the heroes are imbalanced. It's people complaining that the what's the name of it? Yeah, people complain that the heroes are imbalanced. People complain that the game is a lot more frustrating, that the community is more toxic and all of that. And it just got me thinking, like, okay, well, the reason I got into Overwatch, and frankly the reason probably a lot of people got into Overwatch, is not because we saw like a highly competitive game with this super distinct. Okay, we did saw the super distinct playstyles and thought that was great, but we saw them as just being really cool and fun. We didn't think of all this possible team compositions and balancing that would come from having such a varied cast of characters, but rather we saw the varied cast of characters as a fun thing, as something to have fun with. Just like how I saw TF2, honestly, when I first started playing that game. I didn't see a super competitive environment with a lot of different playstyles. I saw a very fun environment with a lot of different playstyles, which seems to just not be what the general response for Overwatch is these days. People just see Overwatch as a competitive experience. Like, they don't care for the colorful, charming interesting cast of characters. They just see them as different playstyles. And that's just enough. And I think that may be a root of the problem with Overwatch. Not because there's a competitive community or an active competitive community, but rather because that's the main focus of the development team. Like a lot of Overwatch nowadays is just balance patches. Like if it's very rarely do we get new content other than new characters. It's just they release a character and spend the next 3 months balancing that character and the other characters to make sure that the new character is fine and that the other characters are fine, and it's just trying so hard to please the competitive scene that maybe it should instead start focusing on making like other game modes. Like I would love to play Overwatch in a single player environment where I don't have to worry about team composition, I don't have to worry about teammates or game balance. Instead, I can just play these really cool characters that have really fun playstyles at my own pace. And I know that's not necessarily a request that they have to do for me or anything, because as much as I would love to see that, it's not my game. I didn't make Overwatch. They get to do with Overwatch as they please. Fair enough. But it would be nice if they took the time to listen. If they wanted to listen to some of the other fans, the non-competitive fans, to see what they like. Personally, that's something I would like to see. Okay. Hey, not bad. Laugh was bad, but the rest was pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. When I looked at Overwatch, I was reminded of TF2, not League of Legends. Is that basically what you're thinking? Basically, yeah. I mean, even League of Legends, I know, can be a fun time if even League of Legends has me kind of interested because of some of the character designs. Like if you actually go into the League of Legends wiki or something like that and just look at the characters they have and the artwork that they have for them and the advertising art and all of that, it's also League of Legends for all the shit it gets is also a game with a lot of personality, with a lot of fun characters and stuff. The problem is that it like Overwatch, it has a viciously competitive scene, and it might be controversial to look at that as a problem, but honestly, with the way some competitive players like to look at a game, and like just the idea of looking at a game as not something that you're supposed to have fun with, but rather something that you're supposed to just be good at for something. Like, you're not supposed to enjoy Overwatch, you're just supposed to be good at it and understand it and help your teammates. You're not allowed to have fun in that one. That's why TF2 is still alive. Because TF2 can be competitive when it feels like it, but even if you go in that department, it definitely has its problems. Look at that freaking ragdoll physics thing. But outside of that, it's just really fun. And if Overwatch tries to go for that route, if Overwatch is trying to live for as long as TF2 did, it might not be something it's necessarily trying to do, but if it is, that's definitely the way to go. Focus less on being balanced and competitive and just have fun. As insert Reggie Fils-Aimé quote here, the game is fun. If it's not fun, why bother? Yep, that's exactly it. Okay. I'd appreciate a single player mode too, but I'd also like a game mode that expands team sizes to 9 each, or even larger, with faster and less competitive objectives to reduce the stress of players who are playing the game to have fun, not necessarily to win. Yeah. Just do something to make the game more fun, and trust me, it will. If people will stop saying that the game is dying because people will actually have a reason. Also, here's our boss for this stage. Gonna have fun with this one. Okay.
What's so funny?
Nothing, I guess. Prepare to die!
There we go. Anyways, here's a little bit further back now, but... So the way we kill this thing is not with our wimp-ass weapons. We need to get on some conveniently placed turrets. Which, there's one right here. Okay, so... This... You know, upon further examination, this fight is supposed to be... very epic, but it actually gets kind of sluggish after a while, because we're just going to be doing this until that health bar goes all the way down to 0. So anyways, with these things, you can shoot them before they hit you, or you can just or you can just step away from the turret and then go back to doing this. That's honestly a lot easier than trying to do it normally. Okay. Alright. That's just a little trick I learned over at Ratchet Clank school. Yeah, it's a lot easier to just get away from the turret as soon as these things start coming in. Not take the damage. Because the turret doesn't take damage, it's you that takes damage. Alright. Okay. And well, they have certainly tried switching things up with new game modes. But then that lasts more than like a month at a time, which is unfortunately, I mean, unfathomably stupid to me. I never got a chance to try snowball mode, for example, for instance. Yeah, I'm sure they'll bring it back this year. But you know, there's just maybe if they let the their custom mode. Well, I don't even remember what the name of it is. Just the one where you get to just make your own game modes. If they just allow you to go back to old game modes in that one, that would be ideal. But I'm not sure if they actually let you do that. So if they don't, then that would be a great idea. Do that, Overwatch. That'll be fun. Do it. If it's fun, it's worth it. Trust me. Okay. Let's see. This game seems really easy to. This game seems really easy to exploit. Yeah, there's a lot of exploits in Ratchet and Clank going Commando, or I've just played this game so much that I've become a professional at being able to break it. Because I think this might actually be the game that I have replayed the most in my life. This has got to be like at least my 12th time playing this game, if not more. Now I know there's more impressive numbers from that other people have done with other games. But you know, for me, that's what I've managed to do. And yeah, it's because of the new game plus, and because this was like probably like the most replayable game I had as a kid when I didn't have that many games to replay in the first place. There's definitely room for that to happen. Yeah, nowadays I don't get to replay games too often because I have too many of them. I don't have enough time for them. But you know, back in the day, I would just play the shit out of this game because it was just one of the few things I had. Okay. You're gonna stop doing your things enough, Mr. Toxfulness man. Okay, now he's actually doing it like a different one.
I'm coming to get you, Ratchet. Here I come. You can run, but you can't hide.
His voice is so stupid in this boss fight. Like they told him, okay, you gotta make your voice as growly as possible this time around. But it was already menacing growly enough. Why do we need to make it growlier? I don't know, because growlier equals more menacing, alright? Just trust me on this. And then they just did this. Okay. By the way, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 26 minutes. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is actually you can destroy, hold on. You can destroy that car. You can keep shooting on this particular turret. But I think what we're going to do is after we're done with this level, we're going to go back to some other levels to take care of some other stuff, and then we're going to call it a night. Tomorrow we'll proceed, and then we'll have one more stream next Friday, which is when I'll announce the next game, which I've actually decided what my next game is going to be. I know someone is going to go bonkers when I announce the next game. So I'm glad about that, but that's all I'm gonna say about that particular thing. Okay. Anyway, but for now we're playing this. I don't think the person that's gonna be like super excited is even playing this right now, to be perfectly honest. I mean, watching this right now, but sure. Okay. He's got a bit of a Dr. Eggman syndrome here. 335 home, but you can run, but you can't hide. Yeah. Bonkers on SNES. that would be an interesting thing for me to just suddenly stream. But no. Okay. Assuming that's actually a game and you're not just saying a joke here, which is entirely possible. But okay, let's see. Oh hey, he's gonna do that thing that didn't work for him last time. That's a really big building. Ah damn. What do they do over there? I don't think Dogs for Less is actually situated here. They just invaded the city and like, alright. Okay. Let's see. Now I guess yes, based on the Disney cartoon. Oh, okay. You know, the reason I probably don't instantly recognize, like I actually do know what bonkers is, but I don't think we got bonkers in South America. So that's why I never quite recognize the name when I see it on. Yeah, that's why I never recognize the name when I just see it on, you know, just written out. Because like with bonkers, I just see bonkers as the expression. Oh, this is bonkers. I don't immediately recognize it as that show, that Disney show called Bonkers. Hey, look, because he can't actually shoot us from the other one. He's actually shooting only from his left side. That's interesting. Anyways, I think we got him on this one. His health is almost completely gone. Let's see. Not surprised I barely remember anything about it. Like I remember seeing a stream of it by a friend of someone I used to know. But okay, he's dead. Okay, now it's just a torso.
You okay, Clank?
And now we're in a cutscene.
Great. Let's go.
Hello? Aren't you forgetting someone?
Oops.
That's a green screen back there.
We free Angela.
Were you just freaking out about trying to save her? Now you just forgot about that.
Now, before you run off, Take a look at this. I picked it out of Lizard Boy's pocket.
Log entry 4792. Returning from Megacorp's distribution center. I'm beginning to suspect that Megacorp has lied to me. The extra-large decorative paperweights being stored there might actually be an enormous supply of protopets. Which might explain why the whole facility is guarded by ravenous mutant creatures. Their warehouse ship may hold as many as 10 million crates, and with 100 protopets per crate, that could be as many as, 3.5 zillion protopets.
I guess it's space, therefore we can use those numbers.
Large can only mean one thing. Megacorp is up to no good.
That's a
I
Sonic
will confront
commercial.
them as soon as possible and demand a bigger cut of the action.
Are they insane?
The galaxy is in far more danger than I had imagined. Do you suppose, Mr. Fizzwidget...
We've wasted enough time on Fizzwidget already. I swear that crazy old man is not the same person I used to work for.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You used to work for Megacorp?
Makes
Yes,
sense.
in the genetics division.
On the protopet?
On fixing the protopet's flaws. And I was this close to succeeding when Fizzwidget suddenly pushed up their release date.
This is just a game about Galaxy Furbies going wrong.
It's a start. But to stop them for good, we're gonna need to break into Megacorp headquarters.
Break in? How?
I have an old Megacorp ID on my home planet.
We'll split up then. Clank and I will go to the distribution facility. You go grab the ID.
Alright, well thanks, Angela, you have been most helpful. Do we do anything else in this plan? I don't think so. There we go, dear. Alright, let's go. Was that a jab at arbitrary release dates and deadlines in the game industry? Well, it was back in 2003, so maybe. I mean, I remember an interesting example of very pushy release dates was Oddworld Apes Exodus, which Cadicarus talked about. So Oddworld Apes Odyssey came out in like 97. And it was great. People loved it. They said like, alright, it's a really unique game. We need more of it. So then the publishers went up to the developers like, alright, we need another game in like less than a year. We need you to make another game as bigger than this one, better than this one in less than a year. You gonna do it or you gonna fucking like it. And guess what? They fucking did. Some people actually, you know, the Oddworld Apes Exodus introduced a lot of cool, interesting ideas that the first game didn't do, so, you know, there's that. Anyways, so this is the next main level of the story, but as I mentioned earlier, we are 2 hours and a half into the stream. I actually have to kind of wake up early tomorrow, so I don't want to do the next main level just yet. I'd like to instead go back and see if there's anything I can do before. Well, look, yeah, there's this little thing here, but you know what else we haven't done? All the way back over here, we have not done the arena yet, so I'm gonna go take care of that real quick. Okay. Normally this would be a lot more difficult.
See if you can find any more news on the protopets.
But we've got way upgraded.
And now,
Got Ratchet way upgraded now. He'll be okay.
Of our series on Captain Quark. As of this airing, the fugitive superhero has been missing for almost 6 weeks. Did he die heroically? Was he the victim of an overzealous fan? Or is he still out there somewhere?
Well, I mean, it's the galaxy.
But stay tuned for more.
It could really just hide in some random deserted planet, and nobody will go look for him.
No more Quark.
Good. It is almost time for RoboChef.
I'm very curious as to what an actual dish of Clanks looks like, because we just earlier we saw a prisoner eat an entire rotisserie chicken, and may I point out that prisoner had no mouth. Okay. Anyways, oh, before I forget, I'm considering streaming tomorrow or Sunday because I only have Wednesday off next week. Sure, go right ahead. If you're gonna do it tomorrow, then let me know tomorrow. If you're gonna do it on Sunday, then let me know at your earliest convenience. Anyways, I don't like this people. They don't even give enough experience to warrant the effort anymore. I bet Futurama has some good examples of fine dining for robots. You know what? Probably. I need to watch that show. Oh, speaking of shows, I think last week I mentioned, or some time ago I mentioned, that that Funimation has left the Verve. And, you know, now it's, as far as the anime providers on the service now, it's just Crunchyroll and High Dive. And some, like, Verve exclusive stuff here and there, but that's not really much. They lost their main source of anime, which was Funimation. So now, instead, they have, I think that what they're gonna do now is, I think they've accepted, basically. Alright. We lost the biggest anime provider on the West. We're not going to compete as with you know, with providing anime for the fans. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to provide for other industries. And as such, this week they got what's the name of it? They got Boomerang on Verve now. So, you know, that's like classic Looney Tunes, classic Tom and Jerry, classic Scooby-Doo, Curse the Cowardly Dog, stuff like that. And that's just really cool, because, man, I fucking love, like, old cartoons like those. I watched the shit out of them as a kid. So that's probably something I'll be looking into, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they add like a Cartoon Network channel to Verve sometime soon, and just give us like old Teen Titans and the old Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that. I would definitely appreciate that. 'Cause if Verve understands that they're not going to compete in the anime industry with Funimation gone, then I hope they understand that they can still compete with, like, basically everything else that nerds and people like us would be interested in. Alright. B2 Brawler, we can get a skill point here if we beat this guy without taking damage, so let's do that. Well, okay, we fucked that up already. Alright, well, let me try this again. I'm gonna need a different weapon to take care of this. Hold on. Oh, woman, huh? Hey, if it's got classics like Ed and an Eddie, then it's a good deal. I don't think it actually has Ed and Eddie on it. But, I still have a bad opinion on Boomerang, because when I was growing up, all they really had was the Flintstones and all Hanna-Barbera junk. But now it's like the best of Cartoon Network, minus the most recent cartoons. Yeah. So, again, good deal. And they keep getting new shows and stuff, so definitely worth looking into. Okay, let's try this again, but this time I need a weapon that will not make me... Well, first of all, we can put this on. Now, the Spider Glove does do like a bajillion damage, but I'll obviously be taking damage while that thing is out, so... So let me also put this on. And then, while all that is doing damage, let me... This might actually work just fine. Okay, there we go. Okay, see, I got a skill point. So I bait him without taking damage. I did good. Okay, I take back that statement if Ed and Eddie is not included. I'm not checked if Ed and Eddie specifically is included. I just saw it like yesterday morning. I was like, alright, this is what's in here. We got Looney Tunes, we got Tom and Jerry. I'm good. Okay, but yeah, I'll have to double check if Ed and Eddie is in the news. 60 enemies in 60 seconds. I can do that. In fact, these guys will help me do it. Okay. And these guys are probably like the most efficient weapon against this. Again, we could have done this literally when we were first here, but it's gonna be a lot easier. As I told you, it was gonna be a lot easier once we come back with more weapons and upgrades and just everything to make our lives a lot easier. Okay. Mega challenge. Sounds doable. I had to pick a weapon to use. Oh yeah, I guess we can show the meteor gun. So it is, we have the lock-on mod. It actually will shoot directly at the enemies. So it's a little bit better with that, but it's still just... The lava gun is unique. This just feels like a generic shooting weapon. Just a normal shoot weapon. Which is not what I play Ratchet and Clank for, man. I play Ratchet and Clank for the crazy, insane weapons that make absolutely no fucking sense but are still fun to use. I don't play it for generic shoot gun. Generic shoot gun is not my style. Insomniac, don't do this. Okay. Hey, we actually leveled up in here. Damn. I don't remember Ratchet actually leveling up that fast. Jeez. Okay, anyways. Let's see. Anything else I want to discuss today? I'm sure I'll think of something. For now, I'm just focusing on doing the shoot. Well, Thanksgiving season is coming. Is upon us, and I think it was just yesterday that I realized that you know, they say that Thanksgiving is on the third Thursday of November. That's actually a lie. You know, it's incorrect, because if that was the case, then Thanksgiving would have been Thursday this week. It wasn't. Thursday is on the Thursday of the first full week. I mean, on the third full week of November. Because, you know, this month started on a Thursday. So, you know, if logic dictates, we would have already had our Thanksgiving earlier this week. But no, it's happening next week, because next week is gonna be the third full week of November. And I have one little thing to share. Today I discovered how great the idea of cookie dough balls in ice cream is. Interesting. I know cookie dough is... Okay, I know the contradiction of cookie dough is that if you actually buy cookie dough, it tells you not to eat it raw. And yet apparently so many people did that anyways, that they created cookie dough as like a flavor for ice cream and other things. So that's interesting. Oh well, I actually did have a story about food now that you brought it up. What was it? Also, if you have... Okay, before I go into that, if you're having troubles with this particular challenge, you can actually trick enemies into hitting each other. And it still counts as kills. So, you know, if you're running low on ammo, you can just rely on enemies to kill each other. But we should be okay. This thing is powerful enough to pretty much one-shot anything. Let's see. Also, yeah, the channel here says you have to use the Lancer and nothing else. So that's why I'm being so cautious here. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's not actually raw cookie dough, but it doesn't matter as far as my mouth is concerned. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I did have a food adventure today. We went to a Chinese restaurant today, one that it's just been around the area for a while, and we just saw the other day. It's like, yeah, this place, we've never been here, we should probably go here to try it out. And I think the last time I went to a Chinese restaurant, I think I told a story about this too, that it was like the best Chinese food I've ever had because it felt authentic. And that's the best word I could use to describe it. It felt like real Chinese food passed down from generations of families or something like that. Something really weird and like nonsensical to like non-food enthusiasts. But the Chinese food we had today felt like the exact opposite. Not because it was bad, but because the food we tried just didn't feel like it had any passion behind it. And this is something that, like, I'm sure you've heard people mention that about cooking with love, and you know, cooking like you made it, and cooking with the heart and all that stuff. It sounds really cheesy, I know, I fully understand, and I don't blame anyone for thinking that way. But once you start cooking, and you try your own cooking, and you try your like somebody else's cooking, and then you try like cooking from a restaurant, there's a distinct, like, it's undescribable what it is about some dishes, but you can tell when something is made with love. It's, again, it's not something that can simply be explained. It's not something that's like scientific. Okay, there's this ingredients being used here, so therefore this thing is gonna appeal to this people and it's gonna do that. No, it's just that's love, passion in food is something we humans just are able to distinguish. And I cannot tell you how exactly it is that we are able to do that, but we can. We simply and utterly can taste when something is made with love, as opposed to when something is just made with like, there's a difference between like your mom making you a dish and like a robot, or just a really serious, uninterested person using really good ingredients with proper procedures, but no passion. Like, even if that food by that person technically tastes better, that, you know, is supposed to taste better than your mom's cooking, your mom's cooking is still gonna taste better at the end of the day because it has love behind it. And love is an actual flavor that only we humans are able to describe to each other. I don't get it. I don't know how it happens, but it's the thing. And it tastes like time. So it's like when SpongeBob and King Neptune did a cook-off battle. Yes, that's exactly it. Like, you can tell when... It's so weird. I read something from the BBC earlier this week where an EU court rules that food taste cannot be protected by copyright because it's so imprecise and subjective. Yeah, that's... Again, like, I think we've mentioned this before, that that one person can cook the same dish using the same ingredients, and yet why are you purple? Eh? Anyways, but one person can make the same dish with the same ingredients as someone else, and it can still taste completely different just because of the way they cook. They can use the same procedures and everything, and it's still just, it's so different. It's hard to describe. Also, am I coming down here, dude? Okay, there you go. Alright. You saying purple just now only made me realize that the Pokemon Poipole is nothing more than a pun on purple. Oh, that's an interesting time to make that realization, but sure. Yeah, Poipole is just purple. I don't even remember who Poipole is. That sounds like a very reasonable pun. Not really reasonable, but sure. Can I can just turn these people into shit. I'm just gonna do that. This doesn't waste ammo and it's funny. Okay. We are technically trying to upgrade this thing. I mean, it's not gonna give me a whole lot of experience, but I can do what I can. Okay. I feel dumb that I didn't realize this. In fairness, yeah, it's... But again, you know, a lot of Pokemon names are just weird. Dumb. Okay. Anyway, this is just an endurance challenge. So, we got 20 rounds to go for, but, you know, these are going by really quickly, so we'll be okay. I am sincerely sorry for the noise you're gonna be hearing here. Okay. But are there any particular Pokemons you guys are expecting from Generation 8, hopefully next year? Any particular designs you'd like to see from Generation 8? Like some kind of thing turned into a Pokemon? Personally, I'd like to see... What's a cool animal that would be really cool to be turned into a Pokemon? Or a really cool concept turned into a Pokemon, like a I guess not sure. Oh, that is definitely a weird question to ask, but it is set in Spain and Italy, so if you know of any interesting animals in that area, I'm sure we'll have some kind of lynx Pokemon. I believe lynxes can be found across the southern European regions. You know, okay, actually, I just saw. You know, what would be really cool if the game also had an area that's inspired by Greece. It would be cool if we got Pokemon based after the Greek gods. Like, imagine just like a Zeus Pokemon, or like an Aphrodite Pokemon, or a Poseidon Pokemon. That would be really cool, actually. Holy shit. I didn't think about that. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. They haven't announced anything about Greek regions or anything like that, but that could be interesting. No Aphrodite Pokemon. Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be like... Because, okay, Aphrodite is also the goddess of, like, she's the goddess of beauty, but also like a goddess of war or of battles. Like, Greece has a lot of gods that are, you know, they do two things. Like, Aphrodite, I'm pretty sure, does like beauty and battle at the same time. So that could make for an interesting Pokemon. Like, not like how Meloetta switches from being like a singer to a martial artist. Okay. We're overdue for a flamingo Pokemon. That would be okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. If they have Spain in there, that's gonna be in there. No, Oricorio doesn't count. That's a flamenco Pokemon. Yeah, that's flamenco and flamenco, or I mean flamenco and flamingo are different. Yeah, that's true. That'd be pretty neat. No, no weapon. Oh yeah, that's right. You saw what happened with God of War. Fair enough, but at the same time, you know, people would be all over that one. It would definitely get them popular votes. Anyways, just because we're in a new challenge doesn't mean we should stop using this shipinator. This one actually has less enemies. You know, it's got 16 rounds instead of 20, but don't worry, there will be. This is still supposed to be a more difficult challenge than the previous one, and that's because the previous one was just the normal enemies. But in this one, I think we're gonna get some bosses involved. Okay, my friend has always wanted a calf Pokemon that can evolve into either Tauros or Milk Tank, like how Tyro was introduced in Gen 2 and could evolve into one of the Hitmon Pokemon. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I can definitely see that being a possibility. I can't think of any. I mean, it would be cool if they do it, but there's no guarantee that they will. But it would be nice. I can definitely understand the sentiment of wanting a cow Pokemon that turns into Tauros on that thing. And probably some other Pokemon could work like that too. Like other Pokemon that have like a double feature. They could introduce a baby version of them. That said, I don't actually want too many Pokemon that connect to previous generations, because you know, for example, Mr. Mime. What was it, Mr. Mime? No, not Mr. Mime. What's the name of them? I forgot. Okay, there's a Pokemon that gets like their original design is on Gen 1. Then in Gen 2 they introduce a different version of them. And then Gen 4 introduces yet another version of that Pokemon. I can't remember which one it is. Which like family of Pokemon is that one I'm thinking about. But yeah, there's one that does that. It's just like, alright, here's the evolved state on Gen 1. Okay, here's the one that comes before that one on Gen 2. And okay, here's a brand new one on Gen 4. Yeah, I kind of just, I also mostly just prefer each generation of Pokemon to be self-contained. Like, okay, every evolution of this Pokemon is going to be, of this new Pokemon that we're introducing in Gen 8, is going to be in Gen 8. Don't expect a Gen 9 version of this Pokemon or any weird things like that. Okay. Is there a new evolution you'd like to see? I'd like to see a bug evolution, because it'd probably just be a Venezuelan poodle mod. I take that back, that's the exact bug I was thinking of was a silkworm mod. Ah, well, there you go. An evolution that I would like to see. A metal Eevee. Something like it doesn't even have to be like a full robot Eevee though, that would be kind of cool. But just like an Eevee that looks, that has like armor on them, or just looks metallic in some sort of way and just has really high defenses and shit like that. I would love that. Yeah, a steel Eevee is what I'd like to see. If not, then then another type I'd like to see is Sylveon is the fairy Eevee. Okay, a dragon type Eevee would be really cool to see what that looks like. Yeah, but I would mainly be focused on a steel Eevee. That'd be great. Okay. Very fluffy and cute looking, yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, but a silkworm maybe definitely sounds pretty cool too. Okay, but been streaming for almost 3 hours here. I spent most, like, that entire arena just talking. So hey, that's cool. Armored evolution would be neat. I think a mirror version would work too for steel, where its fur is just polished so much it reflects like mercury or something. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Anyways, let's see. Is there any planets that I haven't fully explored yet? Or that I have something missing? Let me think. Like, before we end this. Because we will have to go back to here to check out the Insomniac Museum. And I'll show you guys a way to get there. And we also have to go back to for that platinum bolt, but we'll do that later. Here we're done. We're done here. We are done here, right? Yeah, we're done here. We're done. We're not done here, actually. We need to go back and do the arena, but we'll do that next time. We are done here, and here, here, here. Yeah, we're pretty much done everywhere, so... I mean, I guess the last thing we could do tonight is, go back to the Slim Cognito ship check and, see if we can get some more, I think we've unlocked a couple of new colors and stuff for this ship, and I've got some raritanium laying around so I can customize this thing. Alright. Let's see, we got, first of all, we got, different kinds of wings, and we got, I actually kind of like this scoop nose design, so I'm gonna go with that. And then, we got Blargan Red, Orkson Green, Dark Nebula, Drex Black Heart, Space Storm, Supernova, Solar Wind, Silent Strike, Lombax Orange, Neutron Star, and Taxi. Fuck it. We are now a Taxi. And that is how I'm ending tonight's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow to continue the with the plan, with the rest of the. We're probably gonna get to almost the last planet tomorrow, but not quite. I'm gonna leave some space to do some cleanup on the final stream on next Friday, hopefully, and then we'll finish that. But yeah, we will definitely get to mess around tomorrow, and join us on Sunday as we what do we on Sunday? As we play some Sonic Heroes. Hopefully I'll be finishing one of the 3 remaining teams' campaigns entirely on that day. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, we actually have enough bolts to buy that 250,000 armor. I might do that, but we do need to have some actual bolts to buy some other stuff on the planets, like actually progress the story. So I might not buy it immediately, maybe by the time I'm done with the next planet. Anyways, fun fact, Dark Nebula is the name of an actual Kirby end boss. Well, I think I've heard of that one. Interesting. But yeah. Anyways, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been all for today. And so here says goodbye, Hollow Play 45.